the greatest.
Hey, you know JayRay got girls here going way, 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 way.
I thought the bitch was wild. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. What's going on? Real Talk Radio. Hey, man, Happy New Year's 2023. Yeah, I kind of finessed y'all. Last week, the video I posted last week was actually a video from November, October of 2022. All because I just didn't know what kind of content I wanted to drop into the New Year's yet, you know. And then the other thing was last week was my first week of school. As you can see, I'm in the studio back at Piedmont University. Yeah, I feel like this podcast and my upcoming radio show that y'all can tune into every Thursday on WPCZ. Oh, wait. Nah. Y'all can tune in on Z98.7 FM, WPCZ. If you just type in WPCZ or Z98.7 FM on the Roar, you can listen to it online because our radio station, its radius is only like fucking 5 miles. But yeah, I think this podcast and the radio show is the only thing going to keep me going this year because I have a shitty ass schedule, y'all. Let me tell you. All my classes contradict the reason I came to this damn school. They got me, y'all. Most of my classes are like reading, writing, and boring lectures with boring professors. Sorry. If any of my professors watch this, it's just the truth. It's Real Talk Radio. I'm going to be real with it. So I have advertising and business, or advertising and promotion, advertising and public relations, something like that. Basically like a business class. I have it with one of my good professors, DVC. Shout out to him, which he's not a boring professor. His lectures are actually good. It's just shit I really don't care about that I kind of should, though, because advertising, business, and promotion, I can see I need to promote this podcast. So, graphic design, which you think would be a fun class. I have this. Ooh, is he Indian? I think he's Indian. The reason I'm bringing up his race is because that was what makes that class shitty. Not because he's Indian, but because he has a strong accent. He talks really fast, and his lectures are pretty boring, and he sticks to the books. Like, yeah, it's one of those strong, thick Indian. Like, okay, you got it, okay. And then he just talks fast, and we're like, yo, bro, slow down. Like, calm down. Another class I have, ethics, which is actually a pretty good class. I actually like, you know, we have textbooks for that class that I had to buy that actually, you know, some interesting things, and it makes you think a little bit. Obviously, ethics, you know, because ethics, in my opinion, is subjective, but that's a story for another day. But the professor, you know, she's nice, she's cool. Lectures are pretty boring. She's a pretty boring teacher, and she's kind of awkward. Damn, what other classes do I have, man? I feel like I'm missing. I have an advanced writing class. We meet once a week. Y'all know how I feel about that. We only meet once a week for an hour. That's the good part. Bad part is I realize I'm a good writer. I just hate writing. I can't do it anymore. And I think that about sums it up. I feel like there's one more that I'm missing. Oh, intro to theater. You would think that would be the funnest class of them all. Nah. Mostly reading, quizzes, boring lectures. I think she said she's going to do more hands-on stuff, though. Like I said, it's the first week. This is the second week now, but last week was the first week. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yes, again, Happy New Year's. I hope everybody had a safe and well New Year's. Pretty good Christmas or whatever. Really don't have a topic for this week. Like I said, I'm still brainstorming how I'm going to map out this year for Real Talk Radio because, again, this year I wanted to be consistent. I'm dropping a video every week, and it's going to be bangers. I just have to decide, like, which ones I want to do solo, when I want to have a guest, what type of guest I want to have. You know, it just depends on the topics. It depends on what's trending, not trending, but, like, what's out in the news, what's happening in the world. You know, it just all depends. It's new, but I got you guys. I'm going to be consistent this year, I promise, on everything. We're dropping nothing but bangers. So I think with this episode, since it's technically the New Year's episode. Oh yeah, shout out to Naomi Solorzano because that was she was in the last episode. Y'all should, if you haven't seen that episode, go check it out, please. She has a tremendous story. As she's an undocumented, should I say, citizen in the United States, and her story is amazing. How she crossed the border and things she's doing now, like she's in college and stuff like that, and it talks about a lot of stuff she had to go through and still going through. So yeah, I'll go check that out. But this is the official New Year's podcast. So to kick things off, I found this list of questions from Forbes about, I think it's like reflecting on 2022 or whatever. So I'm just going to read some of these and share with y'all, vent to y'all a little bit. Might get a little teary eye. And Dad, yes, I'm going to curse a couple of times. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't know what you want me to do. This is the real me. I've been doing it since I was 10 years old. I just, we were just doing it behind your back. Anyway, first question. What were my most interesting moments and unique experience over the last year? What were my most interesting moments and unique experiences over the last year? Okay, I'm going to answer they put it in one. It really sounds like two questions. Most interesting moments. Interesting moments. God, that's a lot. 2022 was a big year. I will say... I would say my most interesting. I would say this is a fun moment. I'm just switch up the question a little bit. Actually, you can say this is interesting. I realize the people I want to have around me, and not just like in a sense of good people and people that are going to help me grow, and just people that don't live to society's rules. Like I said earlier in some earlier podcasts, like. And this is what I mean. So, the interesting moment. So, me and my roommate, my current roommate, my friend, I got to use that. I forgot I got to use that term very loosely. Me and my roommate, my guy, my partner, them. I'm going to say my partner, them. We met these two girls. We met these girls on campus. Like, we knew them last semester. We didn't know them. You know what I'm saying? So... we met them last year. It was kind of hanging out with them from time to time. And we went out with them to the club, to some of the clubs out in Athens, and it's funny because I've never been to a real club. I've been to like hookah lounges that have club type atmospheres, but still sections and everybody's not together. And then my friend, he doesn't really go to parties at all. He's never even drank alcohol before, so. And they invited us to go out to Athens, Georgia, downtown, and where they have bars. Like, it's funny because there are bars, like you go to drink and watch sports and do dude stuff or whatever, meet girls, whatever. But like the bars are set up like clubs, like dead ass like like those type of clubs. Like one of the bars had a dance floor, like one of them colored disco dance floors. Like that's how crazy it was. But anyway, I don't want to get too far ahead of the story. They invited us out to Athens. We're thinking like, yo, this, I don't even know what I'm thinking. I'm just going to go. It's something to do. I'm thinking it's gonna be like every other time I went out with people to a club, because like previously and at the time these were my real friends. Like, bro, we go to the club, we just sit in the section. Nobody's even like bobbing their head to me. Everybody's on their phone. Nobody's getting lit. And mind you, like the times I've been to the little lounges, it was either in celebration of something. Like one time it was New Year's, one time it was someone's birthday, and it's like, bro, I thought the point of going to the club, catching the vibe, listening to music, was the experience. Like, dance, at least bob your head. Meet new people, drink alcohol, just get lit, like just live your fucking life. Cause damn, hold on, y'all. I drink some water. I can tell I'm hungry. Live your life. You only live once, man. Let's live it up tonight, man. That's the point of the club. Nah, my friends are not like that. Who I considered my friends back then, they're not like that. Some people sitting down, they're on their phone. So we went out to the Athens. We went to the club. Most fun I've had ever in a club type environment. I swear. Like, You knew it was lit when my friend like he never like my nah, I guess never my partner he doesn't even know how to dance. He doesn't dance. He even plays it cool from time to time. You would have thought that nigga was off the Molly. You would have thought he was on drugs the way he was vibing though. Like I was vibing and it was the most fun. Like everybody was dancing. We was lit, we rapping out songs. If they don't know the song, they still hyping us up. We don't know the songs, we hyping them up. We just in the middle of the club, hitting them folks, rapping, dancing. Like, yo, it was like the time of my life. Mind you, I was a little intoxicated, but I didn't even feel it until we left. Like that's just how fun it was, and it made me realize like I need to switch my circle, man. Like mind you, I don't talk to these people no more because they turned out to be people I really shouldn't hang around. But the mentality they had, like they didn't give a fuck what was going on in the club, how the club was. They didn't care. They didn't care how they were dressed. Like in a sense, like they tried to dress nice, but they dressed for them. They didn't care how I dressed. They respected how I dressed. And we just went out and we had fun. We went on the dance floor and it was just no thoughts. Like it was just reaction. Like there was no chilling on the wall trying to look cool. Like I'm not finna dance. I see a cute girl over there and I don't look stupid. Bro, we were just out there. Like we were just out there. And like mind you, like I just said, like I'm a dancer, right? I've like people don't really understand, like really don't know, and they be surprised when they see me like I can do more than hit them folks. Like I studied Usher, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown. Those are my inspirations when it came to music and the culture of hip hop and stuff like that. I have rhythm. My dad is, I got most of it. I'll give my dad credit. I get most of my moves from him. But also, bro, that experience was just crazy. And it was just like the most fun I've ever had in a club environment. And mind you, like we only met these girls, we only knew these girls for like 1 month, like within a month at most, and that was the most fun I had with strangers versus I had with my real friends, and that was just an interesting moment to me, and it taught me a lot, like I said. But and unique experiences over the last year. In unique and a unique experience. I got to come back to that one. Anyway, what challenges? Question number 2. What challenges did I face in the last year personally? I would say nothing really, like obviously not physically, but most of them were just mental. Like, you know, and that kind of goes back to the first question. Figure out who really are my friends. Like, what's the definition of a friend? What should I expect from a friend? And how should I, treat people that I identify as my friend? And I think this year I'm kind of like I said, like in the last question when I kept saying friend by accident. I feel like friend, you can't use that loosely like the word love. Because I feel like over a period of time, over the people I call friends now, and like I'm light skinned, like, I'm sensitive and I'm an only child and all that plays together. So when shit hits the fan with a person that I identify as a friend, like that's how I see if you're really my friend. Like when we first go through our trials or tribulations or whatever and go through an issue or something like that, go through a situation, like that's how I see if you're really my friend. How can we overcome this? And are you mature enough to hold yourself accountable? Am I mature enough to hold myself accountable? Well, I know I'm mature enough to hold myself accountable. That's one thing I learned in 2022. I had to start being more accountable for myself, my actions, and hold other people accountable, my peoples. But yeah, man, I learned like, bro, like I have to use friends loosely, you know, yeah, and sometimes I have to come to the understanding that sometimes might have to rock it solo dolo. I might just have to be on my own, and it might just be like that for the rest of my life. You dream. It's crazy because you dream as a kid, and then you look into the future, and you're like, you want to have that childhood friend that you can say I grew up with since I was 9 years old. Like when I was getting my ass wiped. I knew you since I was getting my ass wiped, and now we're grown ass men with facial hair, careers, kids, and it's just like that's my American dream, to grow up with friends, to grow up with experiences, and you know, came to realization coming in 2023 that ain't reality all the time. So yeah, I think that's one of the challenges I had to overcome is like, I just got to rock it out solo sometimes. Like if I want to go to the movies or, I plan on taking solo trips this year, you know, um, going to dinner, going out to eat, most of my experiences will not be with other people or people that, when you usually go on a trip or you go to the movies or you either go to a friend or a significant other. I guess it's not going to be like that for me this year, man. I'm not going to have nobody take my pictures when I'm on my little solo trips and, whatever. I'm just going to have to experience that by myself and try to figure out how to have fun by myself. And, I figured out the other thing too. I already kind of knew this. Is like it's okay to be alone. That's how you really truly figure out who you are, one. And then it teaches you not to depend on others to live life in general. So yeah, I hope I didn't ramble too much about that, but that's just my opinion. That's like how I felt like I just wanted to vent that to y'all. How did I grow from these? Oh man, I feel like I feel like I'm in a good. Sometimes it still hits me like when I'm like I said, like I'm still cool with people. Like I'm still cool with people. Like I'll hang out with people. I just don't necessarily call them my friend, and I still keep my distance until proven otherwise that I can be around you for a certain amount of time. Like I can share certain stuff. I can be vulnerable around you. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to be vulnerable around a person you call a friend. So, like I said, I grew from a little bit. Like it still hits me sometimes. Like I'll be in a caf by myself, eating by myself. And I feel like people looking at me or something like that. But it's growing out of me now. Like, now I'm just used to it. Like now I go to the movies by myself every once in a while. Like I said, the dinners. Sometimes I go try a new restaurant by myself, and I just gotta live with it. And it's just I don't feel bad anymore about it. Like just being alone. I feel like it's okay to be by yourself, be alone, rock with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Um, Number 3, what new skills did I develop, improve over the last year? I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like my communication skills have went down a little bit. Like I feel like I'm still myself, but I feel like the side of my mom has come to me. So this was what's funny. My mom is a very heavy introvert. Like she'll talk. She's open to meeting new people, talking, doing stuff like that. But when the introvert side of it comes to it, it's like she can go days without talking to people, including herself. Like that's how standoffish she'll get. My dad, on the other hand, is a heavy introvert, and I think my personality leans more toward his, right? Like he'll talk to everyone. Like we'll go out to the store, he's talking to random customers every day. I mean, not every day, just random customers all over the store. And I feel like as I'm aging, it be leaning back and forth. It's kind of like my emotions that I can't control. Like some days I really don't want to talk to anybody, but I know the future I want for myself, especially going and most likely it's going to be in the entertainment business. You have to you don't have to be talking 24/7, but in order to network, in order to create relationships, in order for me to get to where I want to be, I really can't have that many days being an introvert. But I'm there like right now, just like at this moment, like not really at this moment. Like it's just times I just really don't want to talk to nobody, including myself. Like I can literally sit in my room for 24 hours and just watch movies, and not even say anything, not even move. I just don't want to have any human interaction type shit. But yeah, man, I don't feel like skills that I've learned. I would say I feel like that's a basic question. There's nothing really interesting skills that I've learned. So yeah, my communication skills, if I had to go with one, I feel like those decreased over time. But I'm gonna get them back though. Like I can't. I use like last year. I used to hold up conversations. I could start conversations. Like I said, my outrovert, my outrovert personality, like it was out there last year, and I feel like I lost that a little bit. I don't know what happened. What have I question number 4? What have I learned about myself? Ooh. I learned that I don't give myself enough credit for things I am good at and things I can accomplish. I feel like I learned that my confidence is way low and my self esteem is way lower than I thought it was, and I need to like build that up. I feel like my self love is not where I thought it was. Like I knew, you know, um, self worth is the best way to summarize it up. I feel like I don't I don't not the word is not appreciate. I don't value myself enough in certain, especially in certain situations, in certain relationships with people. I feel like, and just in general, and just in life, like I feel like 2023, like that's my biggest goal is to really just dig into myself and work on myself. When it comes to me physically, mentally, spiritually, intelligently. I want to start reading more. I want to connect with myself more. Figure out why do I always feel like this? Why do I not feel like why do I not feel like I'm attractive? Why do I not feel like I'm smart enough to be in this room setting? Why do I not feel like I'm good enough to become one of the best podcasters on YouTube? To become one of the best podcasters, period. Why don't I feel like I'm good enough to be one of the best radio hosts ever? Just why? And I feel like that comes with just starting to be by myself and working on the little things, Um, yeah. And what I need to be at my best. Oh man. Punctuality. I think I can improve on. Like I said again, giving myself more credit for what I'm good at, and like not being overconfident because I feel like I'm humble to a certain extent. Like I'll talk my shit every once in a while, but it's rare, and I feel like that's not the type of person I like to be. I don't like to be arrogant. But if we're going to be real, in reality, you have to be a little arrogant to keep yourself going. Just a little bit. Like after I edited this podcast, like, yeah, nigga, like, ain't nobody doing this shit like me. Like, I'm that nigga. Like, yo, I really did this shit. Like that. Like, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, self-worth. And that's mostly in the department, go back a little bit with when it comes to friendships and relations with women, because I think that's one of the biggest things that made me realize self-worth was the last person I dealt with. And let's just say, as a summarization, I attract some questionable women, and then I make some questionable choices with those women. So, like I said, it goes back to holding myself accountable. Like, I'm not going to put it on them, all of them, like just them as a whole, why what happened, and why, what made me realize I need to work on my self-worth. But if only y'all knew. And I don't, this is Real Talk Radio. I want to go into depth. But some things I learned too, like this year, y'all will probably, until I'm famous, whatever, y'all will not know my dating life, my sex life ever, unless it comes out in like, I don't know, unless they like the other person I'm dealing with shares it or whatever. But yeah, just nah. And to be honest, I think this year I'm just taking a break from friends and relations with women, period, just to work on myself and just nonstop work on myself, to self-improve and to become the best human being I can be. What am I most proud of? I think it's kind of basic or cliche or whatever, but I'm most proud of that I didn't give up on myself this year. Like I said, within being here at Piedmont as one of the oldest students, in a environment where everybody's younger than me, and not only it's not just about age, it's about the culture, man. Like, niggas out here use Snapchat. Like, I haven't used Snapchat since I stopped using Snapchat in 2017. Now I'm using it again to, network and stuff like that. But, like, niggas out here, talk about, like, the conversations are different when I try to have with people I'm trying to network and connect with, or just have a genuine conversation. Like it's not on the same maturity level. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it feels weird, and some of that stuff gets to me. Then I told you, like, I'm trying to figure out this year, like, I'm learning not to jump into friendships and not to trust people so easily, but not to get to the point where I don't trust anything or everybody, because that's actually where I'm at. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's some days I don't even trust my own dad. Some days I don't even trust myself. So, then there's the relationships with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the interesting thing about that is, I think I've said this in a previous podcast. I think it was the relationships podcast with the guys. When I first have a conversation with a woman, I can tell where things are gonna go off the first conversation, like right off the bat. Like, I know how far it's gonna go. Where it's gonna go past just to talking, whether it's just gonna go like in the middle, like we just gonna be kind of friends with benefits, or if we can make it to, like, I want you to be my girl for the rest of my life. I want you to be my soulmate. And it's crazy because all of the girls I've dealt with over this year, and we can even go back to the year before, like, I didn't take them seriously. And I I had my boundaries. I didn't give myself vulnerably. I didn't give too much of myself to them. But yet some of those relationships still hurt, even though they weren't like committed relationships. That was still relationships I had with those people. Some of, like, certain things within those relations hurt, and I think the last one hurt me the most. And I think most of it all became because of trust. All of it comes down to trust. Not even just with the women, just even with friendships. And I just, So what I'm most proud of is I didn't give up on myself. I kept going. And like I said, all those things I just listed with the Piedmont, friends, women, bro, at one point of this semester, this last year, within the school semester, I contemplated killing myself. Like I contemplated killing myself. I was like, what is my life worth? Where's my life going? Like, I can't do this shit no more, bro. I can't. Like, it was just like, why me out of everybody? And the worst part about it was some of the stuff I'm complaining about was self-detrimental. Like, it was self-destruction from my own doing. And it was just like, now I look back at it, that's what I'm most proud of, that I overcame some of it, and I'm working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to, like, feel better in some of those certain areas. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm rambling, and it might not make sense now. But by the end of this year, man, when I get, like I said, I'm working on myself intelligently too. I'm trying to read more books, increase my vocabulary, work on my storytelling for the most important part, and work on my talking. Like, I hope I didn't ramble to where, like, none of it made sense. I hope some of it made sense to y'all. But like I said, we're working on it, y'all. We're working on it. And yeah, that's about it. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Okay, round of applause for you, boy. You feel me? But yeah, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment. Make sure you subscribe, and share. Please share. I need, like, bro, I'm broke. I hope I didn't scare nobody. But I'm broke. I need y'all to share, subscribe. I'm trying to get this monetized so I can get a better camera, get a better laptop, give y'all more content. You know, we blowing up this shit, man. Like I said, I'm dropping a banger every week. Every week. I'm giving it to y'all every week. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at real.t.radio. You can find me on Facebook. I just made a new Facebook, yeah. I'm on the book, yeah. You feel me? So y'all can send me to your little aunties, your little grandmas, and all that. I think you just type in my name. I think it's just JayRay. And it should Real Talk Radio should come up. Might change the name to Real Talk Radio. Oh, and TikTok. TikTok, you can find me Real Talk Radio. It's 2 O's at the end though. You dig? I think that's it. You feel?